guys, here I am in the shadows. See, it's really me. I'll prove it. So I'm wearing the Jason hat. Jason gave me this hat, so I gotta give him some props. Anyway, so this video is, as you'll notice, unmonetized completely. This is, I don't know how to approach this. This is sad. On a number of different levels. So I was contacted by Bob. Bob runs Minotaur Trading Company, and I know that there's a couple people who, I'm not going to get into the drama. They have had some issues with it, and I know that I'm going to take some crap for whatever. But I have had good experience with Minotaur Trading Company. You know, I have bought from them, tested it out. I like the product. In fact, you guys are going to see it. They do MREs, they do rations, they do survival prepping type stuff, food. Anyway, the reason, that's not what this is about, but I want to give you a frame of reference. So, Bob, the owner, is a veteran, and he does a lot of charity work, fundraising on their website. They have what they call the tip jars, where you can donate, and that money goes to different causes and different people in need, families in need. And you know, so, and I have had some personal conversations with him recently about stuff. And he got in touch with me and asked if I would kind of put the word out about a couple situations going on, but they're kind of the similar situations. And as soon as he filled me in on what's going on, I said absolutely. You know, I'm not sure if my viewers. Well, I know that a lot of my viewers would run in the same circles as some of the people that, you know. I'm sorry. The story hits me hard, and I'll explain why. But you know, there's two families in the prepping survival community that are in need of help. I don't know them personally, but like the stories involve kids, so that's all I need. Like, that's all I need to know, really. Kids and cancer, and I'm gonna tell you, fuck cancer. Cancer's a bitch. I hate cancer. To bring home why this is such a personal thing, I'm going to tell you a short story. When I was younger and dumber, and you want to see how, I'm going to show you this picture of me. Very few pictures of me in Army hospital whites exist, but here's one here. Because the Army decided at one point that I needed to go for some higher training, and so they selected me for the Army LPN course, which was cool because I got to when it was done, I got to deliver a lot more care to my soldiers in the field, but I had to do a lot of training. It was like a year of extra, more than a year of extra training in the hospital, doing more medical stuff. But we had rotations through different areas in the hospital, and I did mine at Fort Bliss at William Beaumont Army Medical Center. Do not miss Fort Bliss. It was one of my few times seeing Fort Bliss. But anyway, during my pediatric rotation, one of the, so in that program, this is years ago, you get assigned a patient, and then you have to do a case study on whatever the illness is. And I had a very young patient, and her name was Michaela King, and her life sucked because she was 5-6 years old with a mostly inoperable brain tumor. Her dad was overseas. Her mom was with Jody all the time, not there. couldn't handle the burden of having a little daughter, and her head was constantly shaved, so she looked like a little boy, kind of. Constantly, like, very developmentally behind the curve, because she lived her entire life in hospitals. You know, she had no interaction with other kids. She barely spoke at 5, 6 years old, and her grandma was like the only person around her. And even though she basically lived in the hospital, you know. And so if I have not said this before, had a baby sister that died when she was about a year old, and I was also very young, and that has affected me greatly through my life. So of course, being the psychologically damaged person I am, I latched right on to my new baby sister, and I was, you know, that was my patient, and that was my case study on this. I think it was glioblastoma. I don't remember, but I became very fond of this amazingly resilient, rugged, and tough little girl that should have, by medical science, already died. But she was fighting. She was fighting, and I was in awe of this little, you know, I can't remember if she's 5 or 6, but 5 or 6 year old little girl who, despite all of the disadvantages and this cancerous brain tumor that was basically killing her, like, didn't know any better. She didn't know. Nobody told her she was supposed to be dead. And even after my rotation was done, I would come visit her every day, and we would have snacks together. I would bring snacks. I brought her a birthday present. I brought her a Christmas present that year. And we would, you know, we'd watch a cartoon together. I didn't have a lot of time, but I spent too much time. I spent too much time. And we all knew she wasn't going to make it. We all knew. Like, medically, scientifically, we knew. But a little while later, me and my class, we were, you know, with some of our instructors, we were at the base bowling alley. And I forgot what we were doing. Oh, I said base. That's horrible. It's post, because it was Army. But there's this little voice that calls out, "Hey!" And I turn around, and these little legs and this little body is running towards me and grabs my legs and gives me a hug. And it was the first time that I had ever seen Michaela out of the hospital. And I think it was like really the first time she had been out of the hospital. And it was amazing. She looked like a regular little girl. And I talked to Grandma, and the doctors had decided that there's nothing further they could do, and they decided to just let her live the last few months of her life. And I got Christmas cards from her grandma for a few years after that. You know, just thanking me for caring, for being one of the people that cared. And I thought I was angry with life and God and everything, saying this is not fair to take this little girl who did nothing while her mom's out whoring through town. But that's another. Anyway, kids suffering hits me hard. It really does. And so when I was asked to, I should tell you some stories about on the ambulance when I had to respond to child abuse stuff. Anyway, so when I was asked to kind of help out with this, I jumped on. So like I said, I don't know these families. I don't, all I know is that there are families with kids that need help. One of them is a 21-month-old with cancer. 21-month-old girl, which should never happen. And the mom involved. So listen, I'm going to put a link to the video from MRE Nation, because he's much more he knows the details much better than I do. So in the video description, you're going to find the whole. He'll give you the better info than I can. But so the mom, to spend time with her, is able to take family leave, but it's unpaid family leave, and that affects the insurance, because the insurance is through the mom. So now the dad has got to work extra to have to pay the premiums and everything and all the deductibles now. And this is good folks that are she's going to spend a minimum of 30 days in the hospital, and if knowing pediatric cancer treatment the way that I do, it's probably going to be more, unfortunately, and it's going to be expensive. And I don't know how the insurance is running it, but there's a GoFundMe for them, and I don't have that information either. That's all, Bob has it. But no kid should have to suffer like that. There's another family who just recently lost the mom of the family, and again, all the details are there, and I had a long conversation on the phone with Bob, and he gave me all the details, and honestly, and I just watched the video again, and honestly, my brain is all like flashing back to past memories, which is why I'm not very good at doing this video right now. But I promise all the details are there. You can donate to the tip jar to help out. You can contact him for information. And by the way, these families involved, we're talking military veteran, firefighter. We're not just like, yes, everybody is entitled to help, but we're talking like, actually, we're talking people that have gone above and beyond to deserve the help. So you can drop a thing in the tip jar, but also, Minotaur Trading Company has gone ahead and made like a super big 96-hour ration box, and 100% of the profits of every box sold goes directly to this effort to help out here as well. And again, in the video, wait till you see how big this thing is and everything it comes with. And again, I'm going to let the video describe it, because he's going to describe it much better than I can. I just, not everybody's always in a position to help out, monetarily or whatever. I do have a voice that I can give to this and put this information out, and I also have, fortunately, I can make a little contribution myself, because I'm lucky, I happen to be in that spot right now where I can, so I'm going to. I encourage you all to think about it. I know it would be great if we could all help out everybody that needs help all the time. I just helped somebody who had their whole knife collection stolen from them, and I was able to put together a box that weighed 7-8 pounds worth of knives and flashlights and stuff, and sent it off because I thought it was nice and it could help them out. I was happy to do it. If I could give a knife to everybody that needs a knife or wants a knife, I would. But these opportunities come up, and if you're in a position to help, it's great. If I was a billionaire, I'd help everybody out that needed it. But this is one that really hits my heart. So I'd encourage you all to at least go check out the video at MRE Nation and see what you think. And you know what? Nobody's gonna know if you don't want to chip in. It's fine. But if you can, that's great. You really help out some decent people. So, all right, that's enough of babbling. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to listen. I know that Bob does, and I know that these people do. And yeah, so you guys, as always, are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one. I will be back with a less needy, less depressing video, I promise, real soon.